What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing today? Man, it's been a while since I made a video. I was just watching a video by Lawrence Thomas of Tony Romo, maybe MVP of the season or comeback player of the year. I could see that. You know, Romo's came back from a lot of adversity, a lot of haters. He's taken a lot of hate, scrutiny. I mean, you name it. From the fumble from against the Seahawks, could have sent the Cowboys to the playoffs, or to that interception when they're playing the Broncos in that high scoring game. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, if the Cowboys offense gets going, the defense steps up, gets some pressure, and puts the offense back on the field, gets some more points. They could do that consistently. Yeah, I could see Romo or even Dez, maybe even Dez, becoming maybe comeback player of the year or MVP of the league. I mean, I know it's saying a lot, but I mean, you never know. Another thing that I'm just going by what Lawrence said too was maybe Skandrick, maybe comeback player of the year. I mean, he had an MCL and ACL tear. That's pretty rough. Injury to come back from. So I mean, it could happen. I mean, Skandrick could do what he can do best, playing coverage, get some interceptions, but that all comes back down to the defensive line. You got to create that pressure, and then also offense. Offense needs to, put points on the board. Put pressure on the opposing offense to, force more passes down the field, and the defense can get more turnovers. So, I mean, anything can happen, but it's possible. I have high hopes for this coming season. The drafting of Elliott really showed that the Cowboys really wanted to stick to the run, and that's something he's very good at. Very smart guy. You just gotta wait and see. I mean, anything can happen. Let's see what else. I did have that conference call with Stephen Jones with all season ticket holders. I was 30 minutes late to that conference call, but I still was able to make it. There were a lot of good questions on that conference call. One guy asked about Rico Gathers, that basketball player from Baylor. Steven did say that they were going to keep him at tight end. He does have the length, arm length to be a defensive end, but they did decide to keep him at tight end. So there are a few good tight ends out there that were basketball players. Antonio Gates is one. Who else? There's a few more others out there that were major. I think Tony Gonzalez is another who had a hell of a basketball career and chose football, and it helped them out a lot. They're going to be Hall of Famer someday. There was another question. I'm trying to remember. It was about Skandrick. Steven did say Skandrick, he does have his mobility back. He's starting to get his speed back. He can put pressure on his knee. Make cuts really well. So it's coming out pretty good. I'm hearing a lot of good things. There was another question I was asking, about the quarterbacks. Jamil Showers, yeah. Jamil Showers was one where they did ask if they were going to keep him on special teams, or what was the strategy in that. Steven did say that after a lot of arguing and pondering about it, they are going to keep him at quarterback. So there is going to be a competition, I think, for the number 3 spot. They may keep 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster, and one in practice squad. He wasn't totally sure on it, but he did say that they were going to keep him at quarterback. He said he played a lot of safety. He played a lot of safety during practices. Then he did play some special teams that I did see last year in the game. So he did say that, but he wasn't sure whether or not if he was gonna be for number 3 or number 4. But he did show a lot of flash, which I seen that during the preseason games. They see a lot of potential in him. I seen a lot of potential in him. It's for sure. He may take Kellen Moore's spot. I don't know, but he did show a lot of flash. Ezekiel Elliott, they were saying that he had that one scare. I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos. When he slipped and fell, it took a little bit for him to get back up, but he did get back up, and he's doing good. I think they had a few. I think Romo and the guys had a few practices on their own, and trying to get chemistry going. And Romo, I think I read, or I don't remember. Romo did say, he likes what he's seen from Elliott, which is something they need to take that pressure off him. They have to. Cowboys. The Cowboys do not have a good record when Romo throwing the ball 40 to 50 times. I mean, they don't. So, it's going to help Romo a lot. I mean, they still got McFadden. They got Morris. They got Dunbar. And in that fullback, they moved Jalen Smith's brother, Rod Smith. They moved him over to fullback. They did mention that he did have the size to be a fullback. They let Tyler Klutz go. So, they're going to move him to fullback, which is good. They do need a fullback. I mean, if they're going to pound the ball, they have to have that fullback. In under the center, to spread formations, they can put him in fullback. Or, 3 receiver set with 2 fullbacks, or 2 receiver, 1 tight end, a fullback, and a halfback. But it's good. He was happy. They're giving him that chance. They did sign an undrafted fullback. They did sign an undrafted fullback. So I don't know if he'll have a chance. But, I like that Rod Smith. But anything is possible in the NFL. Guys' dreams could be, fulfilled, and other guys' dreams could be shattered. Anything can happen. Byron, they did mention about how they're gonna do it with the secondary. They're gonna keep the way. Brandon Carr took that pay cut. He did want to stay with the Cowboys, and they signed Morris to that 1-year deal. So they signed nearly all of their defensive players, so which is good. They needed to sign those guys. They're major parts. They've all been playing together for a while now. Rolando McClain. This is gonna be. I can't believe. It's kind of hard for me to believe. I don't know about you guys, but it is kind of hard for me to believe this is gonna be Rolando McClain's very first off-season workout program. That is very hard for me to believe. But when correct me if I'm wrong. I think last year he had that knee injury. I don't remember, but he stayed in Alabama. Nursed it over there, came back, came a little overweight. Had to get back in football shape. I mean, I don't understand why these guys know once March comes around, April, time to get back in shape. But this will be Rolando's first off-season program. They can get him in football shape. OTAs are coming next week, I believe. So the full team is gonna be out there. So it's good. Rolando McClain is getting that time that he needs to get back in shape. All these young defensive linemen, man, once I look at that roster, man, they have a lot of young guys. I mean, they have, they got Crawford, Tyron Crawford, who they just signed a $32 million deal. He's gonna be a monster. They might move him to defensive end depending on how the rotation goes. He has played in. I know he played in at Boise State. He triumphed in that. I think he played at 3-4. Now he's at 4-3. So, but now they got him at, they might move him to end. They're not totally sure about it yet. And I think in case of just of emergencies or, on the scheme they're gonna pull. They got the two defensive tackles they drafted. Tapper and I don't know that other guy. So we'll see what happens on that. And then okay, let's see what else. They drafted that safety, I think from Purdue, Frazier. I mean, he could be a good contributor to the defense. He does have the size for a safety. He can hit hard. So I don't know. If he makes it. If he makes the cut. I don't know what's gonna happen. One guy would say it was such a stupid question on there. He asked to get rid of the drummers and the dancers. I don't know how much of that makes a difference. I know Steven said, "Oh yeah, well, yeah, we did get rid of the dancers, but the drummers are still gonna go." And that guy said, "Oh well, they take away from the football atmosphere. You are at a football game. The football atmosphere is not gonna go nowhere. Get that out of your damn mind." Maybe some of you guys don't like that stuff. They don't seem to bother me none. It's actually pretty cool. It kind of, there are those fans there's fans out there, men and women that, there's guys that they're there for their wives, give you props for that. And then there's wives that are there for their husband or boyfriend, two thumbs for that. They're just out there, supporting their significant other. I know my wife, she, I could say that she wasn't truly a Cowboys fan. Her mom's a Cowboys fan, but she did say that she's not a Cowboys fan, and now she kind of is. She's starting to lean towards more and more to it. It's just so funny that I said I have a tradition. I go to Buffalo Wild Wings every year, and I watch the draft, first round, only round. And I sat there, and I got the text from her, and she said, "Who the Cowboys gonna pick?" Well, I don't know yet. And then a few minutes later, "I hate you." I go, "Why?" She said, "Because I'm here trying to watch my shows, and I'm watching the damn draft." And I just started laughing. I converted her. I'm pretty sure a bunch of y'all guys out there, converted y'all's wives into, y'all's fans or whatever. That's a pretty funny story. I laughed. I kind of laughed a little bit being at Buffalo. The guy next to me thought I was crazy. So, anyways, okay, talk about Romo. Back to that MVP. Lawrence Thomas. I'm sorry if I'm taking a little bit of your material. But I do agree with you. It could be an MVP. It could be an MVP year for Romo. It'd be awesome. He deserves it. Oh my God, to me, he deserves it. If he sees something in the defense that they're gonna do to Dez, Romo will adjust. He will move Dez around. It's possible. I really do hope that they do. They give him MVP of the year, but it's saying a lot. That is saying a lot. I have the utmost confidence in him, and anything can happen. He can get hurt again. God forbid he gets hurt. I know when he got hurt last year against the Eagles, my heart dropped. But it's the name of the game. Injuries come with the game. See what happens. If y'all guys have any questions or comments, please comment down below, and hit the like button. Y'all need this, please. I didn't get a lot of views on my last video. If y'all said something y'all didn't like, please let me know. If y'all have suggestions about my videos, topics, please. God dang. Please let me know. Please subscribe. Goal of the month is 20 subscribers. It'll help me out a lot. Anything. You already see my other videos of the 2 topics I do not like to talk about. So please, anything about football, preferably football. Football's my sport. I played it for a little bit. So anything about football. If there's another team I want to talk about, please comment. And I'll talk about it. Any question about football, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer your question or any advice you need. What I think about so and so, of the Rams or anything. But yeah, just let me know. Please, one more time, thumbs up. I need a lot of thumbs ups and a lot of views. So please subscribe, and I'll see y'all guys later. Peace out.